Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I always say that every single morning, but hopefully you guys are doing well. There's a couple stocks we're going to be keeping on watch here today. Pretty straightforward. The stock that I'm probably going to be focused on the most will be Tesla. And then a few other ones kind of here, just being random, that I'll probably keep on watch throughout the day. Good morning, Mr. Project. Good morning, my man. So might as well kick it off here. First, we'll talk about the market, give some people some time to get on the stream. Clearly, YouTube is not doing their job efficiently today. They're not sending out notifications as they should, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's take a look at the market. So market ended up gapping up a little bit. It's pressing on 284. 284 so far is holding as a pretty strong resistance. So go back a few days, you will see that here was the market breaking 284, goes back, retests once, twice, drops out, goes into a bearish move. We then see the market start to bounce up into 284. This morning it's holding resistance below 284. All right, so far it's struggling. Right now the market is struggling to get over 284. So today I wanted to be more bearish initially on the market, at least be a bear at first, and then be a bull if the bear move fails. See, right now the market's holding below 284 as a resistance. So I want to see if it holds true and stays below. Right? If you look, 284, again, we broke down here, had a breakdown, a little panic below this level. We bounce to retest as resistance, twice, fail to break over, move goes lower. We now bounce right back and test this level. So initially going to be short bias, but this 284 is a key mark now for either the market to hold below or for the market to squeeze above. So you might as well mark 284, because if the market goes over, right? So if the market pulls back today, pulls back tomorrow, or just kind of consolidates and then curls up to break over 284, it's going to have a strong bullish day on the day that it does break over 284, because if we don't break 284 today, there's going to be some people that get short, right, off the 284 level. And if it doesn't break today, they get short. Doesn't break tomorrow, they stay short. Third day, if it breaks over, all the shorts get squeezed over 284. So that 284 can create a significant spot where we might get a squeeze. So it will become a squeeze zone if the market breaks over it. So for right now, I'm going to be bearish on the market today. All right. Good morning, guys. Schmack gang, good morning. All right. So now they got a good amount of people in here. I'm going to touch on Tesla. Tesla should be a long play today. It's already started moving pretty decent pre-market. So a couple things here that we're going to point out is, one, we already know Tesla got smoked down into the bounce level that we talked about for weeks. It's starting to bounce. We had a good day here. Yesterday was a relax day where it rejected 102. We're breaking over that, right? So if you look at, we broke over 102, or excuse me, that was a lie. We broke over 200. That's my fault. We broke over this 200 level, right? And we're starting to come down and hold, right? We broke over, rejected, came up. Now we're starting to hold here. Nice spike this morning. So far, Tesla's on a bullish move, all right? 180-day chart, you can see we're obviously bouncing. I assume that this is going to turn into a really good green day. A couple of reasons why. There's a pretty big divergence here. There's a bullish divergence where this was a low point at 182. Market bounced. We came all the way back down, broke 182, went lower, made new lows, but on less momentum. So Netflix is trailing down, hits a low point of 182, bounces really hard. Then it trails off, breaks into a new low all the way down to like 172 or something, 173. Breaks into a new low on less momentum. So stock trending down, momentum trending up. Again, stock trending down while momentum is trending up. Bullish divergence. Tesla starting to bounce, curling today. I think we might see a pretty good bullish move. So initially going to be bullish on Netflix until states otherwise. So until it dumps out or creates a move to the downside that I don't agree with, I'm going to be bullish on it. Okay. And there might be some news about something. I haven't even really looked into the news on Tesla. I haven't really had too much time this morning to go over everything. But yeah, so definitely keeping an eye on Tesla long bias. All right, and then I just want to run through a few. So I'm going to make these really fast. If you guys end up having questions about them, you can send them, and then maybe we'll go back to them. But they're my typical earnings play, right? We have SFIX, SFIX, earnings, right? So going to be watching them. As of right now, they don't look good. It's kind of rolling over, getting a little weaker. So now that it's starting to roll more down into this support area pre-market, which is like, let's go back to this one, which is this dip right here. Probably going to look for an initial bounce off of 28.50, and if 28.50 fails, then I'll look for a short play to kind of fade below that. So Stitch Fix earnings, home, HOME, earnings play. CLDR, about $5 stock on earnings. Still easy to borrow at $5 too, so you can short this. And there's one more, CIEN, that I was considering. Another. So there's just 4 earnings plays that I'm probably going to keep my eye on throughout the day. Oh, excuse me, allergies are driving me crazy. I got a coffee right here. Oh yeah. Nope, NTFX. No, Tesla. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was at one point, but yeah, probably Tesla. Gold. Yeah, if you haven't seen my video regarding gold, you should go watch it. Just made a video yesterday on it, basically saying is it time to buy gold. And I mean, I think I've already been buying. I mean, in terms of like a short-term buy, I mean, you could probably get a better price, but I've been buying gold for the past year or so. And I bought some more like last week. But I like gold. I like the way it's looking. It went through a really strong push. And again, I think gold's ready to go. Just curling. I mean, all I can say is imagine if gold breaks. If gold breaks up and over 1,000 or not 1,000. Sorry, if this price here breaks over $130, I mean, oof, I can only imagine should go through a nice move. I mean, it's got a beautiful curl here. This is almost a cup and handle, almost a picture perfect, right? Cup, handle, breaking. If it gets over 130, I mean, that's gonna be exciting. Be very exciting because it's really been consolidating below like 130 for a couple of years now. I mean, look at from 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, since 2013, you can call it's basically been hitting resistance at 130 here on GLD. So over that could get a little exciting. DXY, yeah, the dollar. I swear it never comes up on here. I don't understand it. Like whenever I try and load it, it never works. But regardless, yeah, I know the dollar hasn't been performing all that well recently. So yeah, gold's been trading pretty well. Silver as well, SLV. Yeah, I'll probably be doing another video on options here pretty soon. Yeah, SLV's kind of picking up too, doing pretty well. Yes, sir. All right, anyways, so cool. Silver, gold kind of picking up. Somebody asked a question. AMD, am I still in it? Nope, not still in it. Ended up closing out that trade for a couple $1,000s in the green, which was nice. Let's see what else we got going on. What are my thoughts on Intel? Nope, I have no swing trades right now. INTC, sure, I'll take a look at this one. INTC got beaten down kind of at support levels. Arguable that this is kind of in a dip buy. I mean, this is something that you could consider buying for a swing trade just because you can see, right? Drop. It's kind of creating higher lows and trying to curl around. So, this is probably, it's decent. It's all right. Again, I was already swing long this back here, and it actually worked almost, right? I was like long here, and then it squeezed up. We're in the green, and then the market gapped down, and the market started going bearish and took it with it, and then I'm closing out on this breakdown. And ever since then, I kind of took my eye off swing trading it. But if you look at a 3-year chart, it's trying to hold for a bounce. So in reality, it is at a good buy point in relation to where it was. So, it's snag a couple hundred shares, swing it. Honestly, it's probably not a bad attempt with where it's at. It's at a dip buy area, really. Uber. What do I think about VTVT? Earlier this morning, VTVT was spiking. Didn't really care for it. Don't care for it. It's garbage. Nothing good's probably going to happen there. Thoughts on NIO? NIO, no thoughts there. Pretty much just a slow-moving, downtrending stock that doesn't have very good intraday moves. Hard to make money day trading that. Probably would pass on NIO. Walmart or YY. It moves decent throughout the day. You can make money on it. It doesn't trade the highest volume, though, so trading like 1-minute time frames will be a pain in the ass. So not the best for trading a 1-minute time frame. So it's probably better swing trading stock, honestly. Let me delete some of these drawings. I'd be short bias primarily. Well, you'll probably see YY pick up here over the next couple days to weeks. It'll probably have a little bit more of a bounce, maybe. We came off a nice down move. We're probably going to bounce a little bit, but primarily I'd probably still be bearish on that. Yearly chart doesn't really look all that promising. I would say maybe, a nice little bounce up, back into $74, maybe right around there, but if anything, you'll probably see it bounce, create a higher low, roll over again. I mean, I wouldn't be concerned. I mean, in regards to YY, it doesn't really look all that great for trading purposes. CLDR, you can watch it. It's a nice earnings play. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a buy. OBLN, that's a penny stock that was doing, kind of some random spikes. That one's done for. That's going down. Oh, CTRV. Yeah, CTRV was a reverse split from a couple days ago, squeezing up. It's just a short squeeze today. Market makers are just purposely squeezing up some traders. So this, I actually probably should mention this. So yeah, this is worth watching, but do be very careful because really this is just a manipulated short squeeze, right? And as soon as a squeeze is done, it's going to tank. So this is definitely high risk. It's going to have a big spread. I mean, right now the spread is from 10.95 to 11.11. I've already seen spreads this morning of 30 cents, maybe even 50 cents. So for a $10 stock, you have a spread of 30, 40 cents. That's really not good to trade. And if the spread goes for, again, depending on how it opens up on the day, but if the spread goes from like 11 to 11.50, 11.30, that's a way of the market maker kind of telling you to stay away from that stock on the day and take it at your own risk. But again, CTRV might have some crazy moves, but it's just a simple short squeeze taking place right now through manipulation. What are market makers? They are the guys that move the market and keep the market liquid. Yeah, you should just look up market maker. there's a lot that goes into it, but their market makers are the liquidity providers for the stock market and each stock. Where do I find my earnings tickets for the week? You can use TD Ameritrade. You could use Webull Stock Trading Brokerage. You could use a YouTube. You could use earningswhispers.com. You could use a Yahoo Finance, probably. You could probably use FinViz. I mean, it's all over the place. All over. Yeah. Yeah, so CTRV, probably worth watching a little bit today. Yeah, I mean, other than that, not much more. Market's holding below that 284. So it's like and that's the thing, guys, is any long play, right? If the market has a really down day or just a down day in general, excuse me, there's not going to be all that many great long plays. Anything long bias is going to have its own news catalyst to continue driving the price action higher. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's going to have to continue driving price action higher regardless of market movement this morning. Yeah, CIEN earnings play, probably going to follow that a little bit. That's probably going to be a little interesting. KO for a swing short, so Coca-Cola. It's going to be a low beta stock. Earnings got smoked there. It was a good dip buy, hey? Yeah. No, probably wouldn't be shorting Coca-Cola here. No. Yeah, no, probably not. I mean, yeah, there's probably a little bit of a down play, but really wouldn't be shorting it. No, it's more on a breakout than it is, topping, right? I mean, you have... Yeah, I wouldn't be short bias that stock right now. Not worth it. I need a shower. I guess if it's... Yeah, I guess I do need a shower. If you're supposed to shower 2 times within 2 hours, then maybe. Might be the new thing. Yeah, that's really about it, guys. I mean, we've ran over quite a bit. Multiple earnings plays today. The SPY's hitting resistance on a sell-off day. Maybe, probably 284, I believe, is the market squeeze zone. Tesla. If markets don't dump out, Tesla's got a good chance of having a nice day. Am I still trading gappers? Yep, trade gappers, trade news, trade bottoms, trade tops. Basically trade everything. How many day trades do you get? You trade as much as you want. I don't get day trades. I can just trade as much as I feel, right? If you're below pattern day trading limits, you're allowed to trade 3 times in a trading week. If you're above, you can trade as much as you want. Any other swings other than gold? I mean, yeah, definitely. There's definitely other swings out there other than gold. There's always something to swing trade. I just don't have any off the top of my head right now. Yeah, Logan, I can trade as much as I want. Yeah, for the most part. IFRX bounce, probably. I mean, yeah, the IFRX could have a bounce, but usually when things gap down as strongly as IFRX did, it's for really bad reasons, and they usually don't bounce very easily. So I wouldn't bank on it, or not at least not to happen very soon. It could happen way down the line, but I wouldn't anticipate it to happen very soon. Mr. D, just an FYI. Yeah, OXY might be oversold or really down. But just so you know, RSI is not meant to be used for oversold or overbought or determining oversold or overbought conditions. That's just the simple understanding of it, but that's not how you actually use it. So it would probably be in your best interest to not use RSI for determining oversold or overbought, because it's not really the way it's meant to be used. So it could lead you, it does work, so to speak, but that's not the totally correct way to use it. When I buy gold, do you just buy GLD? I mean, yeah, I got different retirement accounts that have different ones other than GLD, but I personally am just bought GLD. I mean, you could buy GDX, you can buy specific gold mining stocks or ETFs. I choose GLD because it's a spider ETF, and I'm just a big fan of spider ETFs. I like them. MACD better. MACD is generally the same thing as RSI, just a little bit different. MACD is not necessarily better than RSI. So no, MACD is not necessarily better than RSI. I mean, people like TTM squeeze, people like stochastics. I mean, there's so many indicators. Indicators aren't going to necessarily make or break you as a trader. Some people love them. Some people don't care for them. I can do with them. I can do without them. I don't really need them. I can have them. But over time, you'll kind of develop as a trader. Anyways, I got to get back to our group here. So thank you guys once again for tuning in on the video. Do appreciate it. And as always, I guess I'll see you on the next one. We got one more trading day in the week tomorrow. So let's try and knock it out, guys. Stay green. Don't over trade. Don't try and become a millionaire overnight. Right? There's actually a quote. I don't know where I read it, or maybe just a saying. I didn't create this. I wish I did, but I'm just usually not that smart of a guy to make something as cool as this. But there's a saying or a quote about trading, and I really liked it, and you guys will probably like it too. Is there's a saying that everybody wants to learn to day trade or just trade or invest for a living, right? Everyone wants to trade for a living, but they trade like they have to retire tomorrow. That is pretty eye-opening as a statement or a quote, that everybody wants to trade for a living, but most people trade like they're trying to retire tomorrow. Therefore, you're not really trading to make a living. You're trading to retire. So again, keep that in the back of your mind when you're trading today, okay? You don't have to trade like tomorrow is the last day on the planet, or you have to retire tomorrow, because it usually, you already know what's going to happen at that point, right? So like yesterday, I got a couple more minutes here. Like yesterday I think the highest point I hit yesterday was like $565. Then made like two bad trades, two red trades, kind of back to back. Or was it three? No, I think it was two. Yeah, two red trades kind of back to back. Took like, small paper cut losses of $70, $100 here, and then ended my day a little bit over 300. It's like, well, 300 isn't like game changing, but 300 a day, or it was like more like 350 or something. 350 yesterday, maybe 400 a day, an $800 day here, a $3,000 day here, 120 here, 150 there, 200 here. I mean, enough times of doing that, it accumulates. It's the same thing as saving, right? Just saving money. I mean, enough of those small days mixed with some good days, mixed with some bad days. I mean, it picks up, right? So again, like, a lot of times I'll just sit back, nail $500 and, a couple little trades, and then it's like, well, I guess I could keep trading, or you just call it off. You don't have to make $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 every single day. Those days will happen, but when you go searching for them, you usually don't find them. You find yourself on the opposite side. So more or less the way my brain works is come into the trading day, try and find something that's predictable, that is moving, and just come in and try and make a predictable trade that shouldn't cost me too much money if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I can be right big, but anticipate just to be right small. So that's the way I kind of go with trading, is like, I'm just looking to get in, have it pop in my favor, you know, a little bit. That way I can make upwards of $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a trade. 500 if it goes really my favor, couple hundred if it doesn't, right? Maybe hit 2 or 3 of those in a day, and you're pretty much hitting $500 every single day, unless you make a loss, right? So again, just try not to blow it out of the water. Keep it small, keep it simple, and then, you know, try and accumulate a couple wins under your belt. Okay. With that being said, everybody take care. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning.